What's up guys, Steve Craig Retro Games back with another video, and I recently had a request to revisit my boxed Game Boy collection, so I will be showing you guys all of my boxed Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. I will be leaving my loose cartridge games out of this as it's not so sexy to look at loose carts. So my collection is bigger than the games I will be showing, but without any further ado guys, let's dig into it. All right, guys, so I'm going to go through these pretty quickly in no specific order. And the first one is Driver, You Are the Wheelman. Really fun game. So I'm not going to spend too much time on any of these. GT Advance, this is the European version, but it still works. And this is a pretty fun one. This is kind of like a Gran Turismo style game. Got Tron 2.0 Killer App, featuring the discs of Tron, the classic arcade game, which is one of my favorites. I'm a huge Tron fan. We've got Clustar, which is a puzzle game. You guys feel free to pause this so you can look at any of these better. I've got a lot to go through, so I'm not going to spend too much time on any of them. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Mario Kart Super Circuit, another European version, unfortunately, but I got both of these European games for less than 10 bucks each. So eventually I'll probably end up getting the North American versions, although these play the same and I already have them, so. We've got Tamagotchi. Mario Golf. Really fun golf game. Love a simple golf game. Then we've got Castlevania, the classic NES series. This is a sealed copy of this one here. We've got Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Huge fan of the Castlevania series. These games are fantastic. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. Can't go wrong with any of these ones. NBA All-Star Challenge. Got a sealed copy of Dead to Rights. Got a sealed copy of Mario Party Advance, Party on the Go. Another classic here, Dr. Mario. We've got the arcade classic number 3, Galaga and Galaxian. These are both classics. Did a handheld game of the week video on this one maybe 2 months ago or so. You can go check that out. These are both great games though. Got a sealed copy of Tiger Woods PGA Golf Tour. Got this for like $3. Still got the security thing on the back there. Sealed copy of Road Champs BXS Stunt Biking. Another one I got super cheap years ago. Got this for like $5, I think. So figured why not. Iridian 2, which is a great shoot 'em up for the system. Iridian 3D. This is the first one, and Iridian 2 is the sequel. Play Action Football. Ultra Golf. Should have put this one with the other golf game. And then there's another golf game coming because I do love some golf. And all of these are great in their own right. And then we've got Mario Golf Advanced Tour. This box has some damage to it, but this was a free game, so can't really complain. Something happened to that top corner there, but either way, this is another fun golf game, more arcadey as it is a Mario Golf. We've got Super Mario Advance. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. This is a really fun game for those of you guys that are looking for a decent platformer for the series. This one's fun. Got some high sea battles. We've got Madagascar Operation Penguin. Another fun game here. Little Mermaid, Magic in Two Kingdoms. Got a sealed copy of Finding Nemo. Got Lilo and Stitch. So this game is a Metal Slug style game. When you play as Stitch, you are wielding two guns, and it is Metal Slug style. When you're playing as Lilo, they are more puzzle style levels. But this game is great. Don't pass this up if you see it thinking it's some kiddie game. This game's actually pretty badass. And then the same goes for the sequel, which is Lilo and Stitch, the Hamsterville Havoc. Another great shoot 'em up. This is Solar Striker. We've got Zelda the Minish Cap. An absolutely wonderful game. Beautiful graphics. Can't say enough good things about Minish Cap. If you've not played it, check this one out. Turok Seeds of Evil 2. Or Turok 2 Seeds of Evil, sorry. Caesar's Palace. Dragon Ball Z, The Legacy of Goku. Shantae, this is the limited run version, obviously, but this is the original Shantae game for the Game Boy, and this is sealed. One of my favorite games of my childhood, that is NFL football. Used to play this every day as a kid. That's my team right there, the Atlanta Falcons. They were horrible then, they're still horrible, and I still love them. Just a simple football game, but God, I used to play this and love this game to death, so very happy to have a copy of that one. And we've got Super Dodgeball Advance. This is the dodgeball game you know and love from the NES, but with some quality of life improvements. Another fantastic game. This one's really fun. We've got Grand Theft Auto. Don't think anything really needs to be said about this one. Got Star Wars. Star Wars Flight of the Falcon. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. This is another fantastic game I recommend if you're a Star Wars fan. You can play as Anakin or Obi-Wan, and the stories vary a little bit because you're following the path of the movie, but I love this game. This was one that I beat last year, and it is wonderful. Definitely recommend checking that one out. We've got Frogger's Adventures, Temple of the Frog. Frogger was a franchise I loved as a kid, and it's still going today. Wade Hickston's Counter Punch. If you want a good Mike Tyson's Punch-Out style game for the Game Boy Advance, this is your game right here. Great graphics, good humor, really fun game. Check this one out if you are a fan of arcade-style boxers. R-Type DX, fantastic series as well. And this game comes with R-Type 1 and R-Type 2. Great shmups. We've got Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge. Zelda's Four Swords, A Link to the Past. Another fantastic game. Super Mario Land. This was the very first game, other than Tetris, I ever got and played for my original Game Boy. Just recently did a video on this on my handheld game of the week if you want to go check it out. Got a few limited run games here. Metal Masters, which is a fighting game using mechs. Got Tailgater, which is a platformer. Got the other one around here somewhere. Then we've got Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Love this game to death. Big fan of this series, and this is a must play for sure if you have a Game Boy Advance. We've got Advance Wars, another classic game here. Got Golden Sun, another fantastic classic for you RPG fans. This is one that we're still waiting for on the Switch, but you can play it right now on the Game Boy Advance. Then we've got Breath of Fire 2, still looking out for the first one on the Game Boy, but maybe someday. Another great RPG. And we've got the Pinball of the Dead. I'm a huge pinball fan. And this is a fantastic game. This is in the House of the Dead universe. We've got sealed copy of Spy Hunter and Super Sprint. Two more classics I loved from my childhood. Here's the other limited run game, Starhawk, which is another shmup. We've got Astro Boy Omega Factor, which I beat at the end of last year. This is the hardest Game Boy Color, or Game Boy Advance game I've ever beat. Absolutely wonderful game. Everything about this game is great. It's got quite a few different game styles in here. Shoot 'em ups, platformers, beat 'em ups, and everything in this game is top notch. Can't recommend enough. Fire Pro Wrestling. If you want a great wrestling game for the Game Boy Advance, this is about as authentic as it gets right here as far as wrestling moves and all of that goes. This is more sim, not arcadey. Metroid Fusion, one I picked up at Siege last year. Beautiful game, fantastic game here. I think it speaks for itself. We've got Gunstar Superheroes, or Super Gunstar Heroes. Another wild and crazy shoot 'em up style game here. Very colorful, very fast action. Great game. We've got Guardian Heroes Advance. This is the sequel to Guardian Heroes for the Sega Saturn, and this game is fantastic as well. Great beat 'em up with the multi-plane. You can 3 different planes that you can jump in between, and fantastic game here. You don't hear a whole lot of people talk about this one though. And we've got a sealed copy of Masters of the Universe, He-Man, Power of Grayskull. I've got Resident Evil Gaiden. I remember buying this game for $150 and choking because I couldn't believe I spent that much on a game, and now this game is just going for absolutely insane prices, but nice, beautiful, complete copy. And this is a great game, actually. It's so different than what you would expect a Resident Evil game to be. I really like the shooting mechanics, how it's got a slider bar. Very, very interesting game, but very happy to have a copy of that one for sure. Then we'll get into some Pokemon here. I got Pokemon Red. This was a Blockbuster rental, which is why my box is a little banged up there at the top. I would like to get a replacement for this one at some point, but this is my worst box, so can't really complain. Very happy to have it nonetheless. And we've got Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Yellow. Pokemon Green. So this is the VGDB version that was limited to 1,000 copies. This is the English translation for Pokemon Green, and this is sealed. Very, very tough to get. You definitely don't see this game. And yeah, very happy to have this one for sure. We'll jump back out of the Pokemon for a minute. We've got Final Fantasy Legend. Great RPGs. Final Fantasy Legend 2. 80-page player's strategy manual. And Final Fantasy Legend 3. All three of these boxes, these are the heaviest Game Boy games I have. They've all got these huge manuals and maps and stuff, and they are super heavy. Very happy to have all three of these. I wish I did have the Final Fantasy Adventure, which is a green box. Then that would complete all four of these for me. But either way, very happy to have these three. And they're just in beautiful condition. All right, back to Pokemon. I've got the Pokemon trading card game. This one is complete with the Pokemon card inside. It's got the Meowth card. Got a sealed copy of Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. Got a sealed copy of Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. Got a sealed copy of Pokemon Pinball. Got Pokemon Ruby. Pokemon Crystal. Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Silver. Sapphire. Love all the colorations on the boxes. Emerald, which is my favorite box. Leaf Green. This is the one with the Game Boy Advance adapter. Fire red, unfortunately, player's choice, but oh well. And I will be right back with the last 3 games, guys. Alright guys, so the last 3 games I have for you are Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2. Rare made some fantastic games, and these are no exception. And then last but not least, guys, is Donkey Kong Country 3. So, as you can see, I'm a big fan of Gameboy Games and their cardboard boxes, so let me know down below if you are as well. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you're not yet a subscriber, think about hitting that subscribe button for me. And if you enjoy my content and you'd like to check out a little bit more, which I am severely lacking on, you can go to my Instagram. That is Steve Craig Retro Games, same as it is down below. And of course, I'm dropping videos every Monday and every Friday, so make sure you come back and check those out. But until then, feel free to leave me some comments down below, guys. Let me know any of the games you saw that you would like to have a conversation about, any of the games that you really liked, any of the games that you really hated. I would love to hear any of y'all's take on any of the games I showed and discussed. But with that being said, I do appreciate you guys. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you for the thumbs ups. And make sure you guys come back Monday for Handheld Game of the Week number 195. So until then, guys, have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Take care of yourselves out there and keep gaming.